Hey everyone, Jeremy here in our usual game corner for another episode of What's Worth Playing. We hope you're ready for some new indie games to try out, so let's get to it. Sometimes the hardest decisions in games aren't between good and evil, but rather, who needs the most help? Papers, Please is a guilt-ridden experience of a dystopian world in which you have to determine what the right thing means to you. Assume your position as the border control officer of Arstatska. You begin your privileged position for the glory of your country, but in Papers, Please, everything is going to get a lot more complicated. With every passing day, the citizens trying to sneak through the border will steadily come up with more clever, or even violent, ways of making it through your grasp. It'll take a keen eye and quick reflexes to not only keep your country safe, but to make enough money to pay for your family and their safety. After all, your pay is tied to how many legal immigrants you are able to check through the border. There may even be some chances for you to make extra money on the side, if you're willing to take the risks involved. Though not exactly filled with excessive lore, the twists, turns, and choices you make along the way provide for an enthralling dystopian story. Fun for the whole family, as long as you can keep them safe. Time for something a bit darker in every sense. Don't Starve and its multiplayer counterpart, Don't Starve Together, are procedurally generated survival games with a gloomy design inspired by Tim Burton. Dropped into a sketchbook-looking world of discomfort, you'll have to scavenge for supplies that make your awful chances of survival a little more hopeful. However, if you stray too far from the trail or even forget to keep an eye on your firewood, you may be faced by the unknowable horrors of the wilderness. Literally. Most of the creatures are not shown in the darkness, though, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure we would want to see them. Beyond the challenge of fighting these haunting threats of the unknown, you'll also have to take care of the appetite and even sanity of the character you choose, which there are several options with various pros and cons to help your odds. Don't Starve is a creative foray into the survival genre due to its learning curve and visual design, but you may want to recruit a friend to make things a little bit easier. After all the tension of the last two suggestions, let's take a look at something to relieve all that stress. Glass Masquerade is a relaxing puzzle game to play at your own pace. Traveling between many different countries, you'll put together puzzle-like stained glass window arrangements inspired by the various cultures of the world. With a wide array of puzzles of varied difficulties, Glass Masquerade is an excellent distraction from your day to really make you take a minute, take a breath, and think about what's in front of you. Usually our aesthetic suggestions are based on vibrant worlds and killer soundtracks, but this time, the real pleasure of this game comes from how it makes you feel. This simplistic game doesn't take very long to complete, but it's just as addicting as other games and provides a great brain teaser. There are always games out there that want to get your heart pumping, so every once in a while, why not try something meant to calm you back down? Thanks for joining us today, everybody. If you have any games that you think everyone ought to try, give us your suggestions in the comments. And if you want to be a part of a positive gaming community, consider subscribing to join in on our discussions. As always, thank you all for watching the WP.